Hello, welcome once again. Today we are going to discuss this question here, uh, taken from 2017 question. It is assumed that students of National Open University of Nigeria have the following population in the stipulated age groups. The age groups are given here, and we are required to smooth out the age group 25 to 30. 25 to 30. And the second part of the question states the importance of age smoothing in educational planning. States the importance of age smoothing in educational planning. Okay, let's begin with the second part of the question. Um, Age smoothing. In the course material, we are given that census figures constitute the major data and information for the planning activities in all the sectors of the country. Education planning relies basically on population data for the future projection and forecast in the education system. The main concern of an educational planner is to obtain the school age population that will require educational services in a country. Since any planning based on inaccurate census figures cannot be reliable, and there are some irregularities caused by errors due to false statements of age structure of the population, there is the need to remove every form of irregularities. The process of doing this, that is the process of removing irregularities due to false statements of age caused by either unknown dates of birth or falsification of age, is called age smoothing. Age smoothing. That is, age smoothing means the art of removing irregularities due to false statement of age. So there are two causes, basic causes of this. One is unknown dates of birth, that is those who do not know their actual date of birth and making accurate statements during census. And the second part, the second cause is falsification of age, that is those who really know their date of birth but give false information, maybe out of misconception or their belief. These errors can be smoothed out, uh, and it can be done by linking each group under a consideration with two groups which precedes the group under consideration and the two groups which follow the group being considered. Let us quickly see how we can do that. We can do that using the formula here, that is S sub 0, that is the age being considered, the age group under consideration, is equal to 1/16 of S sub -2, that is the age group before the age group being considered. So we have S sub -1, S sub -2 being the number in the two age groups preceding, that is before the age group being considered. And then we have S sub 1 and S sub 2, which means the number in the two age groups following the age group being considered. So if we start applying that in the calculation, I believe it's going to be clear. Let's look at the question proper. It is assumed that students of National Open University of Nigeria have the following population in the stipulated age groups, and the age groups are given here: 15 to 19, 185,000, 20 to 24, 25 to 30, 31 to 34, 35 to 39, and 40 to 44. The figures are given here. We are required to smooth out the age group 25 to 30. 25 to 30. So we quickly mark that out as S sub 0. And S sub 2 now is going to be 188,000. S sub 1 is going to be 233,000. And S sub negative 1, that is the age group, the number of the age group before the age group being considered. You know, this is a group being considered, S sub 0. The group before that one is going to be S sub negative 1, and the second group before that age group being considered is going to be named S sub negative 2. Now let's quickly have a formula in place. The number of the age group smoothed out is going to be equal to 1/16 into S sub negative 2 plus 4 times S sub negative 1 plus 10 times S sub 0 plus 4 times S sub 1 minus S sub 2. And if we substitute the values, that is the figures we have here, we're going to have 1/16 into S sub negative 2 is the second group before the age group being considered. You know, remember we have S sub 0 as the group being considered. This is S sub 2, so we substitute that here. S sub 2 is going to be 185,000 as it is in the question, 185,000 plus 4 times S sub negative 1. S sub negative 1 is going to be 200,000, so we have that 200,000 substituted here, plus 10 times F sub 0. F sub 0 is going to be 385,000, so we have 10 times 385,000 plus 4 times S sub 1. S sub 1 is 233,000, so we substitute that here as well. Then subtract S sub 2, and remember S sub 2 is 188,000, and that is what we did here. Now let's proceed. So we're going to have 1/16 into 185,000, which is S sub negative 2. Remember, S sub negative 2 here, plus 4 times 200,000 will give us 800,000, plus 10 times 385,000 will give us 3,850,000. Yeah. Plus 4 times 233,000 will give us 932,000 minus 188,000, which is S sub 2. Please, you can check that on your calculator to see if it is correct. Let's move on. When we add all these figures, 185,000 plus 800,000 plus 3,850,000 plus 932,000, and subtract 188,000, we're going to have 5,579,000. And If we multiply this expression by 1 and divide it by 16, we're going to have 348,687.5. And since we are talking about the population of human beings, that is students of National Open University, we cannot have it in fraction form this way. So we have to approximate the value we have here. And when we do that, we're going to have the number of that age group, the smoothed age group now is going to be 348,688 students.